This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada. Now, back to Sounds of Struggle with your hosts, Chris Perish and Meniac.
And we're back with episode 89 of the Sounds of Struggle. That's right, 89, because last week's episode...
It's like Patrick Kane getting out of a cab or at a club. It ends in a lawsuit.
Yeah. And, people might have been offended, or...
Here's the thing, don't care.
No, not at all. We were drunk, and we talked whatever the fuck we wanted to talk about.
You were on vacation. I was apparently on assignment. I don't know what the fuck that means. I was also on vacation. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm Chris Perish.
I'm 20 better than 69 Meniac.
And, yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Do we?
Well, I mean, last weekend, NXT and SummerSlam, big deal.
Oh, shit, yeah.
The All-In card is finalized.
Is it? I didn't see that.
10 matches.
20 matches, got it.
We got some matches for Evolution.
Evolution!
Well, one that's actually, like, for sure. A couple that are rumored.
Sure.
So yeah. That's just the wrestling, too.
Well, let's get into the wrestling, starting with the takeover of the Brooklyn Four.
So we opened, which I thought was surprising, with the tag title match.
I don't think so. It seems to usually open. WWE doesn't really value their tag titles.
I was kind of expecting EC3 and Velveteen to open that show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought the tag match was awesome.
Great match. Great record.
I thought it was a great match to put over O'Reilly and Strong.
Very strong style.
And I actually really liked the finish of this match.
I agree.
And I thought Mustache Mountain were phenomenal.
As per.
In a losing effort.
Yeah.
So, I love the tease of throwing in the towel.
Yep.
So they really played a lot of that well.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, the champs remain Undisputed Era. Kind of surprised that Bobby Fish didn't get involved, though.
Didn't show up at all that I saw.
No.
Good match, though. I think it was this one or the one coming up that was my favorite match of the card.
Yeah.
Both my favorite matches involve Undisputed Era. Put it that way.
So the next match was for the North American Championship.
Velveteen versus EC3.
Okay, well, you know what? I just want to talk about that match.
Fair enough. We'll get to it.
We'll go in order then.
We'll get to it.
Next match, Velveteen Dream and EC3.
Good match. Great match.
Apparently saw an injury to EC3.
Yeah, had his eyes swell shut.
Huh?
Yeah.
Also, Velveteen Elbow onto the apron. Sweet.
Dirty.
Also, happy birthday, Velveteen Dream. He turns 23 today.
He's only 23?
Yeah,
Maybe he already was 23.
No, he was 22 for the longest time.
Holy shit. Oh,
The longest of all the times.
22 for like damn near a year.
Yeah, I know. For at least 365 of the days.
God damn. That's a long time to be 22.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 22, that was like a year of my life.
Yeah. It felt like a year of mine, too.
Me being 22 or you being 22?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I mean, told the story. Yeah, not much else to say. It was a good match.
Part of me kind of expected Kona Reeves to get involved.
Really?
Just because they had a little bit of EC3, Kona Reeves. Kona Reeves did that promo saying, hey, I thought we could be friends. And then part of me kind of saw, like, okay, you know what, if EC3 does lose, maybe Kona Reeves gets involved, and then you had something right after. But
They can always
nothing,
build that.
straight up. And to be honest, I mean, not a single one of these matches had any really interference in it.
No, not really.
So, kind of surprised out of all of them. Kind of surprised Kona Reeves didn't get involved.
Yeah.
Especially not seeing anybody, getting involved in any of the Undisputed Era matches.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. I'm not surprised that Kona Reeves didn't get involved. They generally tend to, for NXT, they're the guys in the match and girls in the match just do the shining for them.
Yeah.
So, but,
Velveteen Dream does pick up the 1, 2, 3.
first time in a while on one of those pay-per-views.
Did he not win on the last one?
Who did he face in the last one?
That's what I was trying
Ricochet.
to...
No, he lost.
No, yeah, that's true. He lost to Ricochet, and then before that he lost the ladder match.
Before that, I think he beat Cassius Ohno, so that was a couple pay-per-views ago.
Did he actually beat Ono?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was
'Cause
before that he lost to
Ohno
Black.
is the KO jobber.
Huh, and then before that he lost to Black.
Yeah.
Right, so. Alright. So third match of the night, which is kind of the middle match.
It would be basically exactly the middle match.
For the NXT North American title.
Yes. Spoilers! Title change!
Yeah, we had Ricochet going up against the defending champion, Adam Cole.
Baby!
And yeah, this match I thought stole the show.
It was definitely, this and the tag titles were my favorite matches. For sure.
I mean, the title match was really good. But you come to expect that. My eyes are definitely on this match.
The
North
the
American
Ricochet
title
doing the moonsault and halfway through
The super
Adam
kick?
Cole Baby super kicks him in the face. Holy fuck.
match. And that was on point.
Yeah. Murdered his face.
Yeah, that was
Off.
on point. I also was a big fan of the Hurricane Rana from inside the ring to the outside of the ring.
That was impressive.
Which pretty much led up to the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where they're going to go post this now. Is Adam Cole
Baby.
going to go after Ricochet again?
He'll do once. He'll lose. He's going to go after the heavyweight title, I think. That's
And then-
my prediction.
But or does Ricochet do something with someone else for the North American title? Because, I mean, I guess one thing we didn't talk about for the tag title match, right after the Undisputed Era 1, we saw the War Raiders attack Strong and O'Reilly.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I mean, we now already know it's going to be Undisputed Era against War Raiders for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I think War Games is the next one, is it not?
Hell in a Cell, wouldn't it be? Or it might not be. I don't know. Hell in a Cell is the next pay-per-view for WWE.
I think War Games is around Survivor Series, is it not?
If they're doing it at that time, then yes. If not, then no.
So, I don't know.
Either way, I think Ricochet retains. I think they'll do one rematch with Cole, baby. And then...
Do you think maybe they just put that on TV?
Oh yeah, it'll just be regular TV. And then Adam Cole, baby, will end up going for the heavyweight title. He'll probably win that at, I would say, Rumble.
But if
Rumble
hypothetically,
weekend.
War Games is the next takeover, do you think they just do something with Undisputed Era going against other people?
I can see that.
Because
defending their, crown of being the first ever NXT War Games winners.
Because I don't know about you, but I think Undisputed Era, now that Ricochet defeated Adam Cole for the North American Championship, I mean, you're just now one match away from taking the tag titles off Cole and O'Reilly from...
Strong and O'Reilly.
I mean, Strong and O'Reilly. They have to be, on the verge of moving up now, are they not?
Could be, maybe. Maybe not.
Right. We also saw in the crowd Matt
Riddle.
The
bro.
Huh? Interesting.
No, we knew he got signed.
Yeah, we knew he got signed, but it's interesting to see how he's going to fare in the dynamic of NXT, though.
True enough. I don't picture him as an MMA fighter. I picture him as just a skateboarding bro.
Yeah, he didn't really have that mentality when he fought MMA.
True.
In the UFC, but he did have that atmosphere when he was in the house of the Ultimate Fighter.
Fair enough.
So, I'm also kind of curious that, he likes to smoke the marijuana.
The reefer.
And,
Mary Jane.
Maybe it's...
A weed.
Maybe it's now that, it's in Canada. It's going to become legal in October.
Assuming they don't change that.
No. Kind of surprised WWE, with their, drug testing.
The devil's lettuce.
I mean, it is known in the past that was one of the reasons why he didn't get hired earlier.
Ganja.
So, curious to see how he's going to act on the WWE roster.
High as fuck.
Well, his future could be high as fuck.
Yeah.
So, no, if his potential grows out, this is, I think, a good pickup for NXT.
I agree.
And then you add Keith Lee.
Yeah.
I wonder if Keith Lee and Matt Riddle are going to be...
Weren't they a tag team at one point?
I don't know. But my thing is, I wonder if bringing in those two are going to be reasons to get rid of a couple people.
Maybe.
So, time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell.
We now are moved to the NXT Women's Championship match.
And Kairi Sane finally gets her 1 year later win for the title.
Yeah.
The match overall was alright. It bothered me that Shayna worked the right leg. I mean, there's no rule against it, but it bugged me. I didn't like it. To each their own, I guess, but I didn't like it.
Isn't in Japan they work the other side?
Yeah, and same with Mexico. There's something about it I just didn't like.
So maybe Shayna was just,
being courteous to our foreign sister.
Maybe. But I was curious that this was a match now that they decided to do and not earlier. It made a lot of sense to do this as soon as I thought Shayna won the title.
Not necessarily have her lose either, have her actually beat Kairi.
Yeah. And that's when which she already has.
Yeah.
And she did as champion at one point.
Yeah.
So, it was very weird that I thought they did this match again. Kairi Sane picked up the win after multiple elbows.
It's usually a good thing. And no selling the leg.
Yeah.
No selling that leg. She did a very good job of that.
But Kairi Sane became your new NXT Women's Champion. And my thing is...
That's insane.
No, that's Kairi Sane.
That's what I said. Kairi insane. Yeah.
My thing now is with Shayna Baszler, what do you do with her moving forward? Do you have her go after the NXT Women's title? Or do you have her move up?
I'd say she has to go after at least for minimal, have one more match, try and get it back.
Because
her contractually obligated match kind of thing.
I think two things are for sure. She's going to be on the Evolution pay-per-view. And
That's
two,
Evolution.
I think she's going to be in the All-Women's Royal Rumble come January.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
So, with that being said, is she now a main roster call-up?
She's main roster bound eventually, for sure, yeah. By the Rumble, she'll be up consistently.
So, with that being said, who is next for Kairi Sane challenging her for the title? I would pick Lacey Evans.
That's what I was gonna say.
Or Bianca Belair.
Yeah. You also have the Mae Young Classic Part 2.
Yeah.
And what they didn't tell you is that the dark, quote-unquote, dark matches for the night, which were filmed for TV, were Bianca Belair versus Deonna Purrazzo, and Pete Dunne versus Zach Gibson again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, depending on how well they do, someone from the Mae Young Classic Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, like Deonna Purrazzo, she could vie for it. I think Candice LeRae's got to be right in that mix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or maybe they go back with a rematch, and then that's kind of the swan song for Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
And then that also gives you a few months before making that decision, and then you can help to kind of develop the other ones.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely possible.
And you could, I guess.
Oh, on the side note, they're actually going to crown a NXT UK Women's Champion in the next little bit.
My thing is the title going to look exactly like the UK title with a white strap?
Probably. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe instead of like a lion or whatever they have on top.
They have a lioness.
Yeah, just no mane. Just a shaved lion.
Yeah. Instead of looking like Triple H from 10 years ago, it looks like Triple H now.
Buff, jacked, and hairless.
No mane. Mic drop.
Sure.
Oh. Which, by the way, doesn't Triple H nowadays, like, when you kind of look at him, and you kind of look, doesn't Vince Austin look like a poor man's Triple H?
He's got a bigger beard.
No, I know, but, like,
I mean, I guess.
with the way he looked at, like, because Triple H looked rough on Monday.
Rough. Oh, he probably didn't sleep much that weekend at all.
Well, I don't know why. I don't understand what was going on.
Sex. Lots and lots of sex. Everyone who won their matches got invited to an orgy backstage.
Well, he probably had.
That's a whole lot of dudes.
Yeah. And they all sucked it. Break it down. So that moves us to the main event. Johnny Gargano against Tommaso Ciampa in a last man standing match.
The match was alright. They need to, now that this is done, they need to move on for a little while, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Zayn and Owens. You did your thing, you got it over, it was great.
Well,
move on for a little while, then you can come back to it.
I mean, every match they've had has been a classic. But now, at this point, you just expect it, and then it doesn't...
It's harder to live up to.
It also doesn't feel special.
No, it's hard to live up to.
So, with that being said, you got to take it away, so when the next time you see it, it's special.
So we appreciate about it.
Not to mention, this is the third match. This was the rubber match. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Johnny Gargano. So he won.
Barely, but yes.
But he won the rubber match, so therefore...
No more condoms.
He won the feud, right?
Well, for now, yeah.
And then Johnny Gargano also may have actually hurt his knee in that match.
Well, whether it's kayfabe or not was yet to be seen, but we will wait and see.
But if he did, and Aleister Black is hurt, you have a hole.
Adam Cole, baby!
For the number one.
Adam Cole, baby.
When you have a hole, you should go Adam Cole.
Yeah, baby.
See, I was going for the ride.
When you go the hole, you go with Adam Cole, baby.
But I also had an epiphany on Monday Night Raw.
You were there?
No.
Oh.
I had an idea.
Okay.
Hypothetically, Dean Ambrose.
Brock Lesnar. Oh.
Dean Ambrose is the guy that turns on the Shield now, right? Turns heel against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
What about the pairing of Dean Ambrose and Tommaso Ciampa?
That's interesting.
As heels.
The Lunatic Psychos?
Because what is Tommaso Ciampa's nickname? The Psychotic Killer, right?
Psycho Killer, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a psycho and a lunatic.
They can call themselves the Lunapsychs.
Like, that's a pretty surreal name. And they both can just come out to no music. Or just music as the fans booing. Because I think that's what...
You know what would be even funnier?
I think that's Ciampa's music now. I don't think...
he doesn't have music.
No, but I think his music is just the crowd booing.
Yeah, I can see that.
So...
you know what would be really funny? Dean Ambrose, you know how it starts with a low guitar and then it ramps up?
Yeah.
What if it just kept ramping up, higher pitch until you just stopped hearing it? That'd be really funny. Glass breaks.
I don't know. 'Cause I just like the recording of, like, booing fans. Like, that's actually smart when you think about it.
Look, everyone, it's Tyler.
No, but it's just like fans, like, like hating you. Like, it's...
They get to some of the boys in the back. Boo! You suck.
I was saying
Boo!
boo-words.
Boo! You're the worst. I hate your face.
But, like, did you not notice that Dean Ambrose on Raw, on that first match back, wasn't wearing his jeans to wrestle? He was kind of wearing, like, sweatpants.
He's the new age McFoley.
Does anybody, like, do you not think if he's to turn heel, he's going back to the trunks?
That'd be sweet.
Now that he's kind of jacked again?
Jacked off. Looks great.
Renee Young, who's doing commentary now, who actually did pretty well.
She did quite well. I was very impressed.
Huh?
Not that I didn't think she'd do well, but I mean, good for her.
Well, I mean, can you think about this? If you replaced her on Raw now, okay, you don't need Otunga, you don't need Graves, or sorry, not Graves, you don't need Coachman, and you don't need Saxton.
Well, you just move Coachman over to SmackDown. If you need to have 3,
Well, then
and then Graves doesn't have to do SmackDown.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you put Booker T over on SmackDown, you take Graves off, and then you can have Saxton, Booker T, and Tom Phillips. You literally have an Oreo line as your commentary name. I just realized that.
Oreos.
But then on, like, Raw, you kind of had that. Like, in a way, like, then you have 2 distinct announcing teams.
You don't really have. You have like a bunch of like icing in like one piece of cookie.
It's alright. Have you never just, like, stealing the icing off one Oreo, put it in another one, so you had, like, a double one? Or even just, like...
I'll be completely honest. I'm not a huge fan of Oreos.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. It's just one of the things they're alright.
I think that's something you do as a kid, at least once, is you just try to see how much of that... Like,
white shit you can do.
Yeah. How much of that cream you can fill in between those 2 black wafers.
That's a porno. Yeah. SummerSlam!
Title of our sex tape.
White stuff between
Cream
black wafers.
inside our black wafers.
The tag struggle story.
Yeah.
SummerSlam. Andre Cien Almas and Zelina Vega defeat Lana and Rusev in a match I didn't care about.
I was kind of curious about the chemistry of Rusev and Almas, though.
If they did singles, that'd be cool. But otherwise,
I think it's a smart way of taking Almas away from a title so that when that feud does free up, he's right there. Because I think Almas should be the guy to take the U.S. title off of a babyface. And I think Hardy makes a lot of sense taking the U.S. title back at some point, and then Almas taking it off Hardy.
Sure.
But then again, part of me also wants to see Almas against Nakamura.
What about a triple threat match down the road where Almas pins
Or even a
Hardy?
4-way with Orton.
4G with Orton. Nice.
But that wouldn't be a bad match, though, if you did a 4 corners match with Orton, Nakamura, Hardy, and Almas.
No, it wouldn't be bad. Be good.
Or even do a... Or, here's an idea. Remember when they did those championship scramble matches?
Yeah, they should bring those back. I enjoyed those.
What about doing one for the U.S. and then you can add Rusev?
For the United States of America?
Huh?
If it's for championship scramble for the
Why
United States of
not?
America, Donald Trump versus Vladimir Putin versus... You know what? I'm going to throw my name in there for tag struggle.
No, Rusev got that star from Putin. It's all good. Well represented.
But he's from Bulgaria, not from Russia.
Honest, though.
Fair enough.
Who's apparently really losing her accent.
No, I'm loosening up in general.
Every day is Rusev Day, so how spread out is her continents, if you know what I mean?
I don't. What are you using that as? What is continent a vernacular for?
Her globes.
Boobs. Got it.
Spheres.
Gotcha. Hemispheres.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or,
Which one's tag struggling in the north or the south one?
Did
we ever decide what our country was called? Was it Strugglelicious?
I don't know.
A little bit of all right.
You know how you can figure that out? If you go back to our old episodes and check them all out. It's episode between 1 and 88.
Figure out which episodes were going on during the Olympics. That's roughly when we did it.
Yeah.
So that's back in February. So 60?
Maybe it was 69.
No, it was only 20 ago.
I just wanted to say 69.
Well, then just say it, 69.
I did.
Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. I thought Gulak was going to win this.
Yeah, me too.
A little disappointed he didn't.
Is, in your eyes, is Cedric Alexander the Roman Reigns of 205 Live?
He's boring, yes.
And, like, you just don't want to see him as champion?
Kind of, yeah.
Because I look at Mustafa
He's had
Ali,
it for a while, though.
I look at Mustafa Ali as, like, your Seth Rollins.
Although he's hurt.
Yeah, and he pretty much dresses, like, the exact same way. But then you have Cedric Alexander, who is the most boring champ there, like Reigns.
And then you have D. Brian Kendrick as Lunatic.
Well, I don't know who'd be your Ambrose out of those three, but...
Leo Rush.
No. I don't think he's anywhere close to...
Oh.
But, I mean...
I haven't watched 205 Live in fucking hot minute. What about Buddy Murphy, then?
Yeah, he could be. Or Hideo Tommy, I
Yeah.
guess. But, I mean, in a way, like, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, it's kind of like, if it's not Alexander, like, never losing, it's Ali never losing, and it's kind of boring. Because I thought they had a lot of steam had they put the title on Buddy Murphy a couple months back.
Yeah. Third match on the pre-show, which I don't think should have been on the pre-show. That's just me. B-Team versus the Revival, and I also thought the Revival should have won this, but as soon as it's on the pre-show, they ain't gonna win.
Yeah.
Because it's pre-show. I think the Revival not only should win, but deserves to win. But then again, I'm biased because they are by far my favorite tag team.
Yeah. I just don't... I mean, I agree that, you know, at some point this underdog act is going to die. And if it hasn't already kind of reached this peak with the B team.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still enjoying it. It's fun, but there's only so much that you can do where it's like the next night on Raw, they both lost individual matches. Why?
Oh, I think that's going to obviously set up a tag title rematch between the Revival. And then you'll probably see at Hell in a Cell Revival win the tag titles.
That'd be nice. Probably on the pre-show, because that's what Vince likes to do to his titles, put them on the pre-show. Unless there's big names in it.
Yeah.
Moving on to the main card. First match, Rollins versus Ziggler, which I'm surprised was the opening match. I thought it was going to be Owens versus Braun.
Braun, yeah. I wasn't surprised it was the opening match because you knew it was going to get time, and I didn't think it would get time if it was in the middle of the card.
In 22 minutes exactly.
Yeah, so opening match usually does get a lot more time than middle card matches.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, we also saw another title change as Seth Rollins became
No!
and a two-time Intercontinental Champion.
Word.
Which, by the way, did you watch Raw last night?
I did watch Raw last night.
Did you not watch the ending of that Ziggler Ambrose?
Yes.
That was a good ending.
Yes. I honestly can't remember it. I'll be completely honest.
No, it's when Dolph went for the super kick. Ambrose caught it, spun him out. Rollins was running in, and they created a separation in the gap. So he ran through him to dive onto McIntyre.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
And then Ziggler went for the that jumping DDT. He threw him up, picked him up, dirty deeds.
I do remember that. That was good.
It was a solid finish. I just think that deserved a...
I shared it. It did.
Yeah.
It did for sure. Yeah. So congrats to the new champ. And possible maybe Intercontinental versus Intercontinental title coming up in the future.
Yes.
What Jericho alluded to. That'd be sweet. I would love to see that. Moving on. Next match, New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers. New Day wins by DQ.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I was rooting for New Day. I like New Day. Bludgeon Brothers, I think they're good heels. I think this whole match was building, and then just ended. It literally just fell flat. And I mean, I know what they're trying to get across. New Day wins by DQ. That's cool, but I feel like they could have ended it differently.
I don't see the point of having this big-ass tournament not really big ass, but like this tournament to
14 tournament.
Yeah, to crown a number one contender for the tag titles, only to have the match end with a DQ finish.
And it just like, it was flat. Like they were rocking and rolling. Like the match was going really well. It was going back and forth. It was exciting. And then boom, done. You're like, oh, okay.
It's just like sex.
If you're the female. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it was. I know how they feel now. That sucks. I feel bad for them. I don't apologize because I'm doing my best, damn it. But
maybe they got what they wanted.
Doubt it. Anyways.
But yeah, no, apparently also Eric Rowan got hurt in that match and needs to have surgery on his arm.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because that throws Luke Harper again into
limbo.
Into the dark and desolate land of limbo. The limbo land. Hopefully they can do something with him on his own. That'd be nice. I don't know.
Depends on how long.
On a side note, I mean,
Rowan's out.
this will come out Thursday, so whatever. They guess they had a rematch on SmackDown tonight, which I haven't seen yet, but New Day's the new tag champs again, 5-time champs. That's cool and all, but you do a match where you'll win by DQ the 2 nights before.
Like, what was the point?
Give somebody else a title shot. Like, give it to the bar. Boom, they win.
Well, my thing now, I would totally do a multi-tag match for the tag titles at Hell in a Cell.
A tag scramble match.
Well, when you think about it, you got the Bar, you got the New Day, you can have Gallows and Anderson, you have the Usos. Why not do a fatal four-way for the tag titles?
Where everyone's in the ring at once.
Well, and then you've got all this, like, now you just put 8 guys on the card. Like, I just don't understand, like, why you had this SummerSlam pay-per-view, and it's how long, but you had
7
so
hours.
many guys not on the card. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you had Sheamus, Cesaro, Bobby Lashley, you had Bobby Roode, and they're not on the card. It makes no sense. Then you don't have Gallows and Anderson. You don't have Usos, who I still think are one of the best tag teams on that damn roster. If not the best. Like, I don't think any team right now touches them.
Revival.
In performance. And, like, that's a match you can fucking have. And you choose not to. Like,
well, you can't because they're on separate brands.
no, I know, but, like, I mean, in a way you could.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dual branded now.
That's true.
But it's just, I don't know. They got to do something on this next shakeup, and they got to make. I mean, if they're gonna have all these tag teams on SmackDown, then fucking use them. If not, put them on Raw, where we don't have to get 90 minutes of Roman Reigns every week.
There you go. This brought to you by the wise wisdom of Chris Perish.
The more you fucking know.
Word, bitch.
Yeah.
Next match, Braun Strowman retaining his Money in the Bank contract from Kevin Owens in a 1-minute, 50-second squash match.
Yeah.
So...
And that's what I mean.
That was...
And then these guys get a 2-minute match.
That was cool.
Yeah, because, you know, everybody really wanted to watch fucking Ronda Rousey, right?
Yeah, I didn't mind the match, though. But again, we'll get to that.
No, but Braun Strowman, one of your most over guys. Kevin Owens, one of your top performers in the last 8 months.
More than that, but yeah.
2 fucking minutes on SummerSlam?
And I get it, you're putting Braun over as a big man. You're setting up for later.
They asked Kevin Owens to take those fucking bumps for 2 minutes on a SummerSlam?
Which he bumped his bag off for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of bumping for 2 minutes.
So, I mean, I'd be pissed if I was him. Just a little bit pissed.
Next match with Flair, Lynch, Carmella. Not mad at it. I didn't see it coming. I really didn't.
Oh.
No. Flair defeating Becky and Carmella, becoming 7-time women's champion.
Well, she defeated Carmella.
Okay, but she technically beat both of them.
Yeah, but...
She won the match. Won it that
yeah.
way. But no, I actually was, I wouldn't say convinced, but I was very sure it was either going to be Carmella or Becky who were going to win this.
Well, Becky was super over.
Well, yeah, so.
Yeah, but
we're super over and we don't get booked.
Easily the most over female in that match.
Yeah.
And she then beats up on Charlotte after the match. and gets a roaring ovation.
Rawr.
Like, it was insane how many people lost their shit in appreciation that she did that.
That's goddamn New Yorkers.
Still,
From Yonkers.
I think there's that connect that the fans have with Becky Lynch that, Charlotte doesn't have, Carmella doesn't have, even though I think a lot of people actually enjoy Carmella more than they actually want to say they do.
I like her heel work. I'll be honest.
But, so, I mean, now, like what are you going to do? Are you going to do, like, Carmella and Becky against Asuka and Charlotte?
I don't know.
Like,
all I know is that it looks like it's going to be Becky and Charlotte going forward. So, there's that.
One more tea time, I guess, on SmackDown.
All right now, anyways. Next match was Joe versus Styles. I love this match. Good match. Good time.
I still think they should have pulled the trigger on Samoa Joe. No.
I'm not against the pulling the trigger now, but I'm also okay with the fact that AJ Styles won and,
No, Joe won.
Oh, sorry. Joe won, I guess, by DQ, yes.
And that's what I also didn't like. The fact they did an earlier disqualification match in a title match, then they do it again.
Yeah.
Same brand, too.
Yes.
Weird booking.
Indeed. But I'm okay with it because they progress the story. They can do another match at Hell in a Cell and have Joe win there. I'm cool with that. That I'm okay with.
I just want to see Joe climb.
You don't have to. You won't have to. AJ Styles can climb. And by the way, the what is it called? The Power Slam that he did. Holy shit, that was good. So fast. AJ Styles is so fast, and they snap that quick. Man, it looks so good.
Well, I mean, they have chemistry, that's for sure.
They've never wrestled once before. No. Not once.
No.
Not even in TNA, like 100 times.
Or in Ring of Honor.
100 times. Or over in Japan, at least a couple times.
I don't think they wrestled in Japan.
Once. They did it once. I don't know. I'm making it up.
Yeah.
Next match, Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
Because Joe never worked for New Japan, though.
I don't know.
He worked for 0-1.
You're 0-1.
But I don't think they actually wrestle in Japan.
I don't know.
Could be wrong on that.
I'm just spitting out stuff now. Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Miz defeats Daniel Bryan in a match that it was good, but in my opinion, too long. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the match, but there were points where I'm like, all right, they could probably take it home now and I'd be all right. And if I'm thinking that, is that a good thing? Because I feel like, even though I enjoyed it, I feel like they lost me a bit.
Yeah, but were the fans there into it?
At points, they were silent, just watching.
Well, Miz does that.
But anyways, I thought 23 and a half minutes was just too long for that. Build it up.
But that probably, when you think about it, could have very well been the best match of the night, though, too. Like, it had...
Yeah.
I mean...
Psychology-wise, yes.
And they had the best story going in.
Yeah, psychology and story-wise, yes.
I mean, their story actually is bigger than Brock and Roman when you think about it.
Yeah, no, because it's been 10 years in the making. No, I agree. Or I guess 8 years in the making.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I don't know. It was just too long.
And, like, who knows? Maybe that's...
They could have given at least 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. To Braun and Kevin.
Yeah.
They could have done that. Whatever. Or to this next match of Demon Balor versus Baron Corbin, which lasted a whopping minute 35. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand where they're coming from. He finally faces Demon Balor. Demon Balor comes back after literally a year and destroys him. I get it. But I want more. I get you, absence makes the heart go fonder. You only get a little bit, a little taste, etc., etc., etc. But it's SummerSlam, the biggest event of the summer. Give me more.
See, my thing is, in this one, I am done with the Corbin-Balor feud. Like, done. I think they both need to move on.
I think so, too. Good.
So the fact that they gave Balor that dominant win just to silence it, I don't mind.
And now that Kurt Angle, spoilers, is taking, I guess, forced vacation.
Spoiler. We're literally recording the day after.
People are pissy and they suck as human beings.
Yeah, well, they can...
Spoilers. Yeah, Kurt Angle's on forced vacation, and now you have Baron Corbin as the GM.
You want to hear the reason why?
Because he's having another kid?
No, in the next couple of weeks, I think Raw's in Canada, and they don't know if he actually can go across the border. Because he has all those, like, pill possession
DUI
charges.
and stuff. Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, I think that has to do with it. But, I mean,
Oh, Angle, you doped up fool.
what an Olympic hero.
Right?
And I think also they're going to set up for Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin feud.
Yeah, that'd be right.
And then,
But anyways,
I don't know.
both those guys need to move on, do other things cool, whatever. Moving on. Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. 11-minute match for the U.S. title. It was perfect. It was as long as it needed to be. It got everything across it needed to. I enjoyed it. It was good.
I'm also going to give a shout out to Jeff Hardy's Shinsuke impression with the hands.
Hilarious.
Fucking great.
Hilarious.
That face paint, too, just
Yeah.
terrific.
Hilarious. Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Shinsuke retains, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
Next match, Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. 4-minute squash. Remember I said I actually didn't mind it? I take it back. I didn't like it at all. Alexa, my girl, don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to put her over, fine. But in a 4-minute fucking squash, there are 3 squash matches on SummerSlam. That's got to be a record. It's got to be a fucking record.
You know what's worse than that squash match? Ronda's fucking makeup.
She looked like Black Swan.
Yeah.
And that's not a racist thing. It's literally a movie starring white girls.
And
Because, yeah.
yeah, she looks like a bad sequel to Swan.
Black Swan?
Black Swan, yeah.
She looks like she just finished doing her pirouettes and then came and kicked some
Looked
pirouettes.
like Bam Bam Bigelow came on her face.
That's weird.
That's a reference, right?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Weird. Anyways, I get what you're trying to do, and you know what? The use of Alexa Bliss's double jointed elbow to show like is disjoint. That I like that, but you gave her offense that consisted of a slap. Why?
I think
You just made a Brock Lesnar in the women's division.
I also think too, if you want women to be treated a little bit better than what they were in the past, maybe start telling the women to stop slapping one another.
I mean, yes, the men do it too. I get it, but
Yeah, but they slap with the intention of like hurting. Like if they're gonna like slap you in the face, like they're like literally slapping you hard. Like
that's
palm
true. A lot of the
slaps.
women do pull their, but whatever.
Like Steph is the only one that doesn't pull her slaps, and they look good.
Because they are good.
But at the same time, she is not a wrestler. She's an authority figure. So she gets away with the slap. As the women throw a forearm or a punch.
Or a kick to the box.
And Ronda Rousey, as a MMA Hall of Famer, she should know how to throw a better strike than a slap.
Yes, I agree with that.
Don't think that one needed a lot of... Like, I could see Alexa slapping before Ronda.
Yeah, which she did.
Yeah. But, like, either way
But I don't
around,
know,
makes no sense.
you want to put her over strong, don't give her a 4-minute squash match. Yes, it shows that she can kick the shit out of Alexa, but Alexa's beating your entire roster. So now nobody on the roster should be able to beat Ronda.
Well, you know...
But, I will say, on a side note, the moves that Ronda did, she can wrestle. She just can't fucking talk on the mic.
She can do moves.
That's true.
But she needs to have that pure wrestling match, I think, to actually be legitimately accepted by true wrestling fans.
I think Charlotte, that's the one.
What about Natty?
Yeah, but Natty's not as loved as Charlotte.
No, but when it comes to the technical side, Becky,
Yeah.
Bayley,
Yeah. Sasha, to a lesser extent.
yeah, but, like, even say, have her going up against, like, an Ember Moon. Like, some of your more technical sound women could actually help legitimize her in this field. I don't know about you, but I was totally expecting Natty to turn on Ronda.
Me too. I really was.
I still think SummerSlam is too early to put a title on Ronda Rousey. I think if you really want to make her a big deal, I think WrestleMania needed to be the time where she wins the title. So I'd rather see her go through the loop of the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and have her go through that.
Yep.
And I would have no problem if that was the case and they were given a good year before they did it. But literally 6-7 months, and she's only wrestled on Raw, once?
Yep.
Give me a break. It's too soon.
Yep, I agree.
Like, if
hopefully what she said on Monday Night Raw is true, and she actually will defend it and be there and start doing stuff more regularly. That'd be good. But if not, then you literally have a Brock Lesnar champion.
Yeah.
And that's just, that never, I mean, yeah, he can garner heat, but if she's a face, you just screwed over your champion and your entire women's division.
Unless you turn her heel.
Yeah, that's true. But they won't do that because they make money off her merch right now, and they want to go in the direction of her as a face for a while.
Yeah, but you can have her turn heel and that horsewoman.
I agree.
Like, that's a money thing.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think they're going to, as much as I want them to do Flair versus Ronda Rousey at Mania this coming, I guess next year, I bet you they're going to do horsewoman versus horsewoman. I think that's what they're going to do at Mania. I think they should do it at Survivor Series, but I bet you they'll do it at Mania. That's just my opinion, but whatever. I digress.
I also think right now, when I compare the two, I think Shayna Baszler right now is a better worker than Ronda Rousey.
She's had more matches, so you have more exposure, so you can actually see what you can do.
But, like...
So, in that sense, I guess, yeah.
I mean, Shayna Baszler is also... She's also been a fighting champion in my eyes, when it comes down to how they're portrayed.
Yeah.
She defended her title on NXT shows. She defended her title on the takeovers. So, if we can get some Monday Night Raw defenses from Ronda Rousey, okay. But if we don't, sorry, but now I think you're just going from making a Universal title look very, very whatever, with Brock Lesnar not being there. You're doing the same thing to your women's title now.
Yep. But anyways, speaking of which, last match, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Before the match, out comes Braun Strowman, saying he will fight the winner of the match immediately afterwards, which I liked. That was good. And then Roman immediately attacks Brock, beats him up a little bit. Brock attacks back, goes back and forth a bit. Roman goes to do a spear, ends up missing, going through the ropes, and giving a suicide dive to Braun Strowman, who then was immediately given an F5 by Brock Lesnar.
I thought that was actually really smart by Lesnar.
It was very smart. It ended up taking Braun out so he couldn't cash in.
Huh.
That was good. And then ended up getting to the point where Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar. And you know what? The way they did it, where Braun was there but ended up getting, taken out, I'm totally okay. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Very anticlimactic, though.
Yeah, not... Yes and no.
Only saying that because you knew Lesnar was losing that. I think everyone...
Honestly, with Braun out there, as soon as Braun came out there, I assumed he was losing to maybe Braun. But, I mean, at the same time, WWE's done crazier stuff, right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to lose at Mania. So, yeah, I'd never say for sure 100% this is what they're going to do. This is what I think they'll do, but...
I don't think anybody truly knows what they're going to do until they just see it.
I don't think anyone there knows what they're going to do.
No. But I think it was pretty safe that Lesnar was going to lose the title to either Reigns or Strowman that show.
Yeah. I actually was kind of hoping that Kevin Owens would win and then cash in. That was my thought.
I thought it would be really funny if Braun Strowman's ex-tag team champion partner, Nick, would have cost him the match against Kevin Owens.
That would be
because
really
Nicholas's best friend would be Kevin Owens' son. Boom.
All ties together.
Right?
All ties together.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Boom. Now you're just inviting 9-year-olds as part of your storyline.
Yeah, and they can start their own faction, like the Young Gun Squad or something along those lines. Team Supreme or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's all for SummerSlam.
No.
Overall, I didn't last year's SummerSlam. I remember watching, going oh god, it's finally over. Thank Christ. And I was not enjoying it. But this year, I mean, minus the little things I said, I still really enjoyed it.
I still think the booking was very confusing.
Don't get me wrong, the booking was confusing. We talked about it, but overall, I still enjoyed it. I really did. That's just me. But, the other thing too is that they announced before the show that Trish Stratus would face Alexa Bliss at Evolution. So everyone was convinced that she was going to keep the title.
Well, because, and this is what I hated about that, because when I first saw the graphic, it had Alexa Bliss without the title.
See, I didn't see. I literally just heard about it.
So as soon as I saw that, I knew Ronda was winning the title.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why would they advertise Alexa Bliss if she's champion? Why doesn't she have the title? That made no sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then rumored matches. I mean, also, there's 2 matches for Evolution. There's also the finals of the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
That's happening in Evolution. So those are those 2
Which,
matches.
On a side note, speaking of which, Mae Young Classic re-debuts September 5th. Cole, Renee Young, and Beth Phoenix are going to be on commentary. Yeah. That's going to be good. I'm going to enjoy it. Anyways, continue.
But then a rumored main event is going to be Nikki Bella against Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
Don't care.
Not really.
No.
I mean, at least Ronda's defending, I guess, but I don't care. I mean, honestly, I will never say I don't want to watch Ronda wrestle because some of the stuff she can do is pretty cool. But I don't care about Nikki Bella. And she's been away for how long, just comes back, the main event. It's, whatever.
If you can get Laycool on this, Layla and Michelle McCool, I would love to see those 2 against Bayley and Sasha.
That'd be good. I would love to see... Actually, I'm really looking forward to Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus. That's going to be good. Yeah. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm assuming Lita's going to be there. I'm sure she'll face somebody.
I'd put her with Becky.
Yeah, why not?
Thing is, who do you put against Charlotte?
Fucking, maybe someone from NXT. Maybe someone from the Mae Young Classic that really impressed. Maybe she can face every member of Evolution in order, from her father to Triple H. Her boss. I don't know.
Only if you have the...
But they all have to dress up as women, because, I mean, it's a women's only thing.
Yeah. So you have... Okay, if all the... This is going to also be weird, but if all the members of Evolution had female names, what would we call them?
Well, Randy is a female name, so that's fine.
Orton. I would say Brandy Orton.
It's Randy, Brands, or something.
Just to make it like...
Paula. Yeah, use his actual name, but Paula. Paula Levesque.
Or Double D instead of Triple H.
Yeah. Or Triple D.
Yeah.
Taking all the D's. Yeah.
Oh.
What about for Ricky? I mean, that's a female name as well. I'm struggling to think of one for Dave. Diane Batista.
See, that's what I was...
Diane Batista.
But, like, with Ric Flair, I would actually probably just call him Ricky, like Rikki.
Yeah.
Like Ricky Lake, but you have Ricky Flair.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah. Oh, I just thought that was...
Oh, I have it. For Ric Flair, Ashley Flair. Use his daughter's actual name, because that's funny.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Uh,
Renee Young, actually, I think we briefly touched on it. Did the first ever female commentary on Monday Night Raw for the whole show.
Yeah.
I think she did awesome.
Yep.
And good for her. Fantastic.
Take the coach away.
Move him to SmackDown.
Just take him off. I don't think the coach is really needed in the announcing team right now.
I don't think so either, but I mean, that takes Corey off of SmackDown. And then you have the Oreo
Yeah,
line.
but so could like Booker T.
Then, yeah, put Booger T on there. I don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Corey Graves' commentary. I do. But I don't think he needs to work both shows.
No. Because
at that point, it's not like, hey, I'm looking forward to commentary on Monday Night Raw, because he's on both. So it's like, okay, I just... But, Tanahashi wins the G1 Climax. That was a while ago, but, good for him.
Yeah, well, the last time we actually did a podcast together was 2 weeks ago, so...
That is true.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, like Colt Cabana suing CM Punk for damages lost in the previous trial.
Yeah.
He's suing him for $200,000 in legal fees and $1 million in damages and fraud. When I heard that, I got really upset. Well, I shouldn't say upset. I got a little bummed out because, like, man, it sucks that you have to sue your friend. But if what Cabana's saying is true, and that Punk offered, was going to help pay and whatnot, and then just says, "No, you're on your own."
Yep.
That sucks. Which, by the way, apparently he officially confirmed that he was offered a spot in All In, and he turned it down.
Yep. Cody actually said that they offered him a spot too,
and he turned it down officially.
Speaking of All In,
yes,
here is the card for All In.
All In, baby.
So you have the over-budget Battle Royal.
I love it.
Featuring Moose, Jordan Grace, Colt Cabana, Ethan Page, Rocky Romero, Brian Cage, Billy Gunn, Jimmy Jacobs, Marco Stunt, and 6 others.
Yeah.
The winner of that will face Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
I'm willing to bet that...
It's Jordan Grace?
No. That'd be funny, but I'd be okay with it, but no. I'm willing to bet Flip Gordon somehow gets his way into that Battle Royal, wins, and then wins the title that night. I'm willing to bet that happens.
Yeah. You also have the Briscoe brothers against SCU and Kazarian and Scorpio
SCU!
Also booked, but in no matches, Matt Cross, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and the best friends of Chucky T and Trent Beretta.
I love those guys.
So maybe those are 4 or 6 for the over-budget Battle Royal.
Man, I love Chuck Taylor and the best friends of Trent Beretta. God damn, they're good.
You have
Trent?
Kenny Omega against Pentagon Jr.
That'll be good.
Apparently, it's for the for Kenny's title as well.
That'll be good.
You also have Madison Rayne versus Chelsea Green versus Britt Baker versus Tessa Blanchard.
That'll also be good.
Yeah. You have Stephen Amell versus Christopher Daniels.
I bet you Daniels will actually be able to do some stuff.
I bet you Amell wins.
I bet she does. I bet she does.
You have the Golden Elite, who are comprised of the Young Bucks and Kota Ibushi versus Rey Mysterio, Bandito, and Phoenix.
I've only heard of Bandito, but I mean, even still, I'm excited for that match. That'd be good.
You have Okada versus Marty Scurll.
That'll also be good. I think Okada loses. I think Marty Scurll wins that one.
You have Joey Janela with Penelope Ford versus Adam Hangman Page.
I am excited for that one too. This is gonna be a good show.
And then for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, you have Cody, don't call him Rhodes, challenging champion Nick Aldis.
Nick, do call him Aldis. That top to bottom, that's a good card.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can get a pay-per-view now, I'm excited for that.
And also on here it says not booked, Flip Gordon, Dennis Stamps, in brackets, RIP, but he'd be booked before Flip.
See, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why I think they've made such a big deal, even still, about Flip Gordon not being booked. I bet you he's in that Battle Royal. Mm-hmm. I bet you he wins. I bet you he wins the Ring of Honor title.
Either that or he helps Cody win the NWA World Heavyweight title.
With a promise that he'll get a shot at it. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Gallows, came out and said he was dating Nia?
Yeah.
Only to break up with her a day later?
No.
Man, it must be hard.
Is it true that he's the one who made the breakup, or maybe it was the other way around? We just don't know.
Here's the big thing, though, and before I realized...
We just know that those two cannot take the high level of that relationship,
no,
and they decided to mutually part ways.
I mean, I think we can all agree this is probably some sort of inside joke that they're just having fun.
Oh, more than likely.
But my thing is, when it was announced that they're a couple, and I'm using air quotes here...
He's not.
My big thing was, who cares? I mean, good for them, but it was, like, people made such a big deal on social media, but who cares? If they want to do that and be happy, then let them do that. I mean, good for them. I mean, Brett's most likely a hoax and didn't happen, but still, it's like people are making such a big deal of it. Like, let them do them.
Part of me was kind of hoping they did, because I would have loved to see Gallows on Total Divas.
Right?
So, I mean, if you can get Ambrose and Gallows on it,
or have Gallows and Bryan hang out, fuck yeah.
I mean, I just thought that'd be funny. Also, I think it's really funny that Gallows, who's in the Straight Edge Society, is really known to be a drinker.
That is pretty funny.
Just mostly.
Yeah. Also, have you heard about the whole thing that went on with Mae Young Classic taping? And J.J. Williams, who works for the Wrestling Observer.
Oh, that he was asked to.
He was told no spoilers in the taping, or he'd be asked to leave.
Yeah.
You know what? Only a handful of people were told this. Like, a lot of fans weren't told this. On one hand, I get it. Because even if you just post pictures, if it's not the first match, you know who's winning. Yeah. I get it.
But we already know who's in the finals. Because they've released spoilers already.
And that's the thing, is that they end up releasing spoilers because fans release spoilers, whatever the case is. My thing is going to certain people. And I'm not saying that's,
Maybe it's one thing that they don't want. It's one thing if the fans do it because they can't control them. They just don't want their own employees doing it.
Just do what they do for, Lucha Underground. They signed a non-disclosure contract that if you release anything after, you've signed this saying you can come in, we will sue you for $1 million. Boom. No, he doesn't. Done. And at least that way going in, they know. Instead of being told, just like kind of being pulled aside, we will kick you out, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I get it. He works for Dirt Sheet. I get it. You don't want the thing getting out, but they're going to get out.
Yeah.
So, if you're like me and you don't want spoilers, just do what I do. Don't look them up.
Yeah. Well,
done.
Also, if WWE doesn't want spoilers, maybe just do it live then.
That too.
Did anybody spoil the UK tournaments? No, because they did it fucking live.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
And going on to writer Court Bauer accused Orton of taking his dick out and trying to shake hands with the new writers.
That was funny.
That is hilarious. I have no idea if that's an inside joke that just got out of hand or if Orton actually did that. If he did, right on. He's my kind of people. That's funny shit.
Apparently, at one point on a SmackDown taping, I don't know if it was this week or last week.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, he went up to someone off screen and offered a handshake.
And they both laughed.
Yeah.
So. Big Cass signed another full-time contract with Championship Wrestling League out of Michigan. And listen. That's all the people that care. Moving on.
And you can't teach that.
Exactly. Sin Cara was injured and apparently had to have knee surgery. Honestly, I don't think it matters who plays that gimmick. It's that gimmick's cursed. Whoever plays him suddenly gets hurt all the time.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Well, I think
was it Hunico?
It's Hunico, yeah.
Who used to play Hunico.
They had Mystico originally, and then they had Hunico.
And then they got rid of him.
Then they had him as the...
It was at Sin Cara Negro.
Yeah. And then they released Mystico, and then Hunico just took over.
Yeah, but since taking over, he's been getting injured a lot.
No.
I'd say damn near once a year.
Yeah.
Which sucks because Hunico is actually a damn good worker.
Yeah.
And without the hood, he was actually good. And he had that tricycle thing, and he had... Who was his heater?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, but anyways, that was awesome, and then they just, out of nowhere, just stopped.
Yeah. It's kind of like their version of LAX.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that one guy, the big guy, I think at one point he was part of LAX when he was in TNA.
No, it wasn't Hernandez.
It wasn't Hernandez?
No.
I take it back then. I thought it was.
Hernandez never worked for WWE.
Well, I take it back then. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't think Vince would let a Hernandez go.
No, I think you're right. Unless he was, constantly doping or something.
Unless he was taking his dick out and...
shaking people's hands.
Yeah, and saying, hey, you don't want to shake my hands. I think the best part of that story is that Bauer said that he was Orton was about to do that, so he was about to take his dick out of his pants, and then Stephanie McMahon walked in, and he had to just tuck it back in and then act like nothing happened. I think that was really funny. He was like, it's like, students doing something stupid, but then sees a teacher come in and all of a sudden acts good again.
Yeah. That's funny. And then more unfortunate bad news that last week Jim Neidhart died at the age of 63.
Yeah.
That sucks. Apparently, whatever was going on at the house, he ended up falling, hitting his head, going into convulsions, and that's unfortunate. It sucks. I was actually surprised to see Natty at SummerSlam because of that.
Yeah. Well, she missed the show right before the Monday Night Raw.
Yep. No, that's.
I also didn't really like that Ronda Rousey was the one who did the speech.
See, I get what they're trying to do to get her more babyface sympathy, blah, 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 blah. Plus the fact that she's actually friends with Natty. I get that, and the little tribute she did, I liked. But then she immediately didn't even give it time. They should have had a space between and had her immediately go into and this Sunday, blah, and that just ruined it.
I just would have left it for Natty.
Whenever
Natty came back, it was her time. It was her father, it's her legacy, it's her family. I just didn't understand the need to have anybody else talk for it. I think that was just a cheap way of getting Ronda over by using it at the expense of
see, I didn't necessarily even think that. She actually is a family friend. That's fine.
Yeah, but I don't think she's an actual family friend.
I would have.
I don't think anybody's actually friends with her.
Well, fair enough. But overall, if she wants to do that, it's fine. But don't immediately go into, I'm very sorry, we all love you, and this Sunday, no. Anything you just said means fucking nothing because of that.
To me, that's just what I mean. I think this was just Natty's time, and Natty's here's your 5 minutes or 10 minutes to go out and just, thank people. I think that just was a bigger thing. And then having Ronda being the first person to come out and hug her or something, I'd be fine with that. But having that be Natty's moment, I think that was
fair enough.
They needed to go.
Fair enough. Let's move on to, let's go, ball sports. Ball sports. Eskimos released wide receiver Miles Schuler, and Saskatchewan released Duron Carter.
Who might not even see any more time in the CFL.
Yeah. Might be seeing some jail time.
I don't think he'll go to jail.
Yeah. Alouettes have placed quarterback Johnny Manziel on the CFL's concussion protocol.
Apparently,
he's not having a good time in CFL.
From what TSN reported, though, they are saying that he should be cleared by Wednesday.
Cool. He just didn't want to face the Edmonton Eskimos. Oh. By the way, beat them this past weekend. Their offensive line needs a little work, but other than that, they're doing really well.
Didn't really affect Riley that bad.
He got sacked 4 times, and he still ended up running himself a good 40 yards.
Yeah, and still threw for 450.
Yeah, it's insane.
Had 4 touchdowns.
The guy's a fucking legend.
Apparently, they're saying he's on pace for 6,000 yards passing, equivalent to 30 or 40 some touchdowns.
Yeah, something like that.
Just disgusting numbers.
Yeah.
Maybe it was even more. Maybe it was 50.
And I'm really hoping he does, because I would love to see the Eskimos in the Grey Cup in Edmonton.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Hopefully representing the East and playing the BC Lions.
No, because they lost to them 2 weeks ago.
No, but the situation of your Eastern team
is Edmonton.
No, sorry, your West team is Edmonton and your Eastern team is BC. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be funny to me.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Only in the CFL that can happen.
Yeah. I still think they should put a team in Halifax. I think a team in Halifax, you have 8 games a season. That's all you need for home. Halifax could do that.
I think it's on the way.
Plus that way you have 5 teams east, 5 teams west. Good to go.
I think that's on the way.
I honestly think it definitely is doable.
And I think you can actually probably do a second team in Saskatchewan too.
Probably could. What would you call a Halifax team? What about the Halifax Explosion?
Mooseheads.
Done, man. The Halifax Explosion. Too soon? It's done in the 20s. It's fine. Oh. Minor league trade for the Blue Jays. Right-hand pitcher Nick Tepesiak has been sent to the Detroit Tigers for cash consideration, which I think turned into a player, but whatever.
I don't know.
They're basically giving away everybody. It's open season on the Blue Jays.
Well, right now, everyone is on that recoverable waivers. We saw Justin Smoke on it.
Which doesn't make sense.
Josh Donaldson's on it.
You know what? They're trying to get rid of him. That's fine.
Murphy from the Nationals. And apparently Harper was on it, got pulled off.
Yeah. San Francisco Giants retire Barry Bonds 25. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Absolutely.
Best hitter on the Giants' history.
Best hitter in the Major League Baseball history.
No. Pete Rose is still a better hitter.
Well, Pete Rose is never going to get in the Hall of Fame.
No,
neither will Barry Bonds. Fair enough.
But if you know what? I'll even throw Ichiro in that conversation too.
Fair enough.
Ichiro is pretty good.
If you could basically wipe someone's slate clean so they can get to the Hall of Fame, who is basically never going to get in now. Who you get in?
Pete Rose.
Yeah?
I think he deserves it more.
Yeah, as a player. Not as a coach, as a player.
As a player, he 100% deserves it.
Yeah.
And I think that's all it should be based on. So what you did when you played.
Yeah.
I don't think off-field should matter that much.
Yeah, I mean, if you tarnish the game like he did, I mean, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, but did he?
I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care enough about baseball to be like, I have an opinion on this. Yeah, he's gambling, but fuck, whatever.
I mean, we're also talking about a league that doesn't even understand what's in, like, PEDs, so...
Asthma medication.
You took a Gatorade, you got a 60-day suspension.
Yeah, I have medication for asthma because you can't breathe. You're suspended. Yeah. How dare you try to breathe?
You smelt a fart, you're suspended.
For a month and a half. Now here's my favorite question for you. It's almost NFL season. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Right now, early predictions.
Saints.
Give me a logical one.
Saints. Hey, man. We have a top 5 defense now and a top 5 offense.
They haven't played a game. How can you say the top 5 defense and offense?
Based on last
They
season?
can be projected for that, yeah.
Yeah, that's all we're going off of.
If you're going based on last year, then they're going to get to an important game and a rookie's going to miss something.
No, but he's not a rookie this year.
Oh, well, then new rookie will fuck up.
No, he won't play.
Oh, fair enough. Anyways.
Because we got a seasoned vet from last year.
Oh, fair enough. We have a very seasoned, a lightly seasoned, grizzled young vet.
Okay, and this is why I say this. The NFC South, we got the Panthers, the Bucks, the Saints, and the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
I think it's between the Saints and the Falcons.
Okay.
I don't think with Winston being out 4 games, that's going to really hurt the Bucks to get anything going. They're not the Patriots. They won't go 3-1 after this 4.
Okay.
And I just don't think they have the team yet. Carolina, I think, still has ways to go. I think they're an 8-8 team at the end of the year. I think when it comes down to it, the Saints have too heavy of an offense to lose more games than they win. I think with their defense stepping up now, they're going to be able to shut teams down. I think they have the best defense in their division. I think they have the best offense in their division. On top of that, they also have one of the best quarterbacks in the league who doesn't have to pass the ball as much because he's got Alvin Kamara, who is one of the most explosive running backs in the game. Top 3, top 4 in my eyes.
Okay.
And then they have Michael Thomas, who's one of the top receivers, and their receiving core is very deep.
Bunch of fucking receivers.
When it comes down to that, there are 3 teams in the NFC that I think will give them some trouble. One of them being the Atlanta Falcons, only because divisional. I think Green Bay Packers have a good shot now with Jimmy Graham. I think that gives Aaron.
They did look pretty good against the Steelers.
Aaron Rodgers needs a target, a big target like that, because his wide receivers get covered a lot. Plus, somebody's going to be taking the majority of the covers now that Jordy Nelson's gone. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy Graham helps that out. I also think Philadelphia Eagles have a good shot of getting there again.
What have they ever fucking done?
They didn't make any changes to their team, and they didn't have to. If anything, they got Carson Wentz back.
So the backup who won the Super Bowl is now going to be backup again?
Yeah, because Carson Wentz is the number 1 guy.
No, I get that, but that'd be kind of a slap in the face.
But at the same time, the only reason they got to where they are is because of what Carson Wentz did up until that point.
I guess that's true.
Also, when you come down to it, Carson Wentz is going to be hungry as fuck because he didn't actually win the Super Bowl, and he wants it.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's not going to let his team...
If your backup wins the Super Bowl, technically, and you don't...
Well,
he gets a ring, but...
What does that say about your team when a backup quarterback can still win you the Super Bowl?
You have good quarterbacks.
Well, you have a good defensive core, you got a good offensive core, and you got a...
coaching core.
You got a lot of good things going.
Good abdominal core.
So those are... To me, those are going to be my top 4 teams in the NFC. Yeah, it's the Packers, you have the Falcons, you got the Saints, and you got the Eagles. Now, when it comes to the AFC, you can never discount the Patriots.
Never. Fucking Belichick.
I also think that this is a year Jacksonville might actually go over the hump. And actually... Then you also have Pittsburgh Steelers. When you think about this, you got Ben Roethlisberger, Hall of Famer. You got Le'Veon Bell, soon-to-be Hall of Famer.
How old is he?
He's still young, but he's one of the best running backs in football.
Yeah.
You also have... Also, NFC... Los Angeles Rams. Also, don't want to forget about them.
Fair enough.
So, 5 teams. But Pittsburgh, then you have Antonio Brown. best wide receiver in the game right now. That's pretty surreal.
And Troy Polamalu.
Well, look there. But they also have Juju Schuster-Smith.
Say that name again?
Juju Schuster-Smith. Yeah. Talking about a team who has Clinton Dix.
That's also
but yeah, no, he's also a very good number 2 receiver. So then I look at, I have Patriots, I have Jaguars, I have Steelers. Outside of that, I don't see.
What about the other question I have? Cleveland Browns. Did they win a game this year?
I think.
I think they go. How many games did you get?
I think 16? They go 5-11.
Okay, so I think they go 8-8.
I don't. Only because.
And I think
they don't have enough. They didn't do enough for their whole team to gel. They're still going to have issues defensively. They're going to get lit up defensively.
No, I agree. And I think the games they win.
And I don't think a rookie quarterback can withstand that for 16 games.
I thought they had, what's his face?
Baker's Mayfield is a quarterback. Right. They have others, but he is your
Where did Tyrod Taylor end up?
He still might be, he was with Buffalo. I think he might be with Cleveland now.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But, Baker's Mayfield, there's first round pick, man.
Never enough.
So, he's their guy.
I think, honestly, they could actually win 8 games, but I think 6 of them will be in overtime. They'll be like a 46-44 win.
Also, I think Houston could do well. Now with J.J. Watt back, their defense should be top 2.
Next question. How many games does J.J. Watt play this year?
I think he plays the whole season.
Has he ever actually played the whole season?
Oh, yeah. I also think having their quarterback...
what about the Cowboys?
Deshaun Watson. What about the Cowboys?
Do you think they'll do okay this year? Are they going to do the usual start hot and fizzle out?
You know what? The Cowboys all depend on 2 players. Des Bryant.
If he's still there.
And Dak Prescott.
Fair enough.
Or sorry, not Des Bryant. The running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Sorry. My bad. Des Bryant is no longer there.
Where is he?
He's a free agent.
Ooh.
I think if their running game is unstoppable, their offense has a chance to keep him in the games. I think they got some injuries that they have to overcome. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a downfall.
Well, this is Pigskin Talk, and that's all we got to say about that. Unless you have anything else to add.
The Chargers actually might surprise teams this year, too.
Ooh, that must hurt you knowing that Troy likes that team.
I don't care. My team's still better.
Oh, fair enough.
They might surprise some teams. They're not going to win.
No, fair enough. Moving on to hockey.
Sure.
Okay. My question. Remember 2 weeks ago we talked about our 87th episode, Crosby's also 31st birthday?
Yeah.
At what point is he no longer Sid the Kid? When is he Sid the adolescent? Sid the adult?
I say when he grows a full playoff beard.
He's going to be a kid forever.
Yeah.
Not fair enough.
So.
We have a couple signings and contract extensions to talk about here. Christian Dvorak signed a 6-year, $26.7 million contract extension with the Coyotes set to kick in 2019-2020. Yep. Dylan Larkin inked a 5-year, $30.5 million deal.
Well, fun stat about Detroit Red Wings, they have no money left on the cap.
They're already out.
They're right on the budget.
So if they end up having any players get bonuses, they're going to go into the negative and then get penalized. Which I don't understand. You don't have any money, you go into the negative, you get penalized by having to pay a fine of more money.
No.
Whatever. Ryan Ellis has agreed to an 8-year, $50 million extension.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Andrei Sekera sidelined with indefinite injury, undergoing successful Achilles tendon surgery after off-ice training incident. Your thoughts, Oiler fan?
I think if they can convince him to stay away for the full season, that gives him 5.5 on LTIR space. Which means 2 things. 1, you can offer Darnell Nurse a little bit more money this year.
Okay.
Because he have 4.9 already.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the 5.5.
Yeah.
So
give it all to him.
that's roughly 10.4, right? Also, 6 months to recover from an Achilles injury, and then that's only to recover from the injury. Back to get your actual foot to be back to normal playing the sport, probably another 6 months. So you're looking at just over a year anyway. So asking him to take a few months before the season, take off this full year, so he's good to go next year, might be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Just so you can actually have him good to go next year. Also, with that being said, that allows the Oilers to maybe even go for a trade and to bring in a contract. My honest opinion, if there's a certain defenseman out of Ottawa that is needing to be moved and you want to go for it this year, adding an Erik Karlsson this year could help your chances win now.
I thought you were going to talk about Mark Mathot, and I was about to say, you silly, he's in Dallas now.
No, but when you think about it, he's only making just over, I think it's about 6.5 for this last year before he's a UFA. Even if it's 1 year and you have a shot to do it, this is a good shot to do it because, man, when you can have Karlsson and McDavid on the ice together,
that would be pretty scary.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, you think about your 3-on-3 overtime, you have Draisaitl, McDavid, and Karlsson?
Yeah. Woo! And then think about your number 2 line. Oh, well, we'll just have Oscar Klefbom. Then we can have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and then we can have whether it's Puyarvi, Yamamoto, somebody else. It doesn't matter at that point. Because all they're doing is now just giving McDavid time to rest. Mm-hmm. And those guys can already play for 2.5 minutes straight if they want to.
That is true. Okay, let's see. I have 2 points from 2 different Russian hockey players. Former.
Yeah.
One, we'll start with Yakupov says there's prejudice towards Russian players in the NHL. Truth to that?
I don't know, I'm not Russian.
I
do think this comment is
based out of anger because
no, I'm going to actually give you a comment. Alexander Ovechkin, best pure goal scorer in hockey, changes, I think, if he was Canadian.
Think so?
I think people will look at him differently in the greatest of all-time goal scorers if he was a Canadian-born player.
Do you think if he was on a team like, say, Pittsburgh?
I don't think it matters about
a
the team.
successful
I think
team?
if he was a Canadian...
Or an American even?
I think a Canadian would just make it a triumphant thing. Just because when you think Canada, you think hockey. When you think hockey, you think Canada.
And do you think Yakupov has a point? Say, like, Pittsburgh, it's... I mean, I know Sidney Crosby's the captain, but Sid the Kid and the Penguins, not Evgeny Malkin. Even when Evgeny Malkin, last few years, has basically carried the team at times.
It's hard because we don't know how they're viewed in Pittsburgh.
Fair
we
enough.
just know how they're viewed out here. Sidney Crosby is a better hockey player than Evgeny Malkin.
Yeah.
Even now, the consensus 1-2 guys in the NHL are McDavid, Crosby. That's, and it was Crosby's for the longest time.
Yeah.
So,
maybe there is some sort of prejudice.
No, because...
But all I gotta say is...
if Nail Yakupov did his job and scored goals, he'd still be in the NHL, though.
That's very true. Yeah, there's no matter where you're from, there's always a place for a goal scorer.
And I'll give you 3 people that can change that. Alexander Ovechkin, Hall of Famer. Pavel Bure, Hall of Famer. Why? Because those 2 scored fucking goals.
And Alexander Mogilny for 89? He's a goal scorer. I mean, he might have played for fucking Toronto, but still a goal scorer.
And Buffalo.
Yeah,
And Vancouver.
Not much better.
Why didn't he win a Stanley Cup?
I have no idea. Also, Kovalev is saying the NHL is uninteresting now and only a few teams are fun to watch. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's not exactly wrong. This also just in. Eric Lindros come a controversial comment saying, hey, why don't we just take the hitting out of the NHL?
Yeah, it's because Eric Lindros was too stupid to learn to protect himself.
It wasn't even protect himself. He's too stupid to learn to skate with his head up.
That's part of protecting yourself.
Not really. That should just be...
If you can see a hitter coming, you have a better chance of avoiding it.
That should just be second nature.
Exactly. It's not our fault. Eric Lindros is a fucking moron.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, don't get me wrong. That hit, 40 game suspension now. But that's because the games got soft. And there's a lot more education to head injuries.
I wouldn't even say games got soft. We just realized that head injuries are fucking serious.
No, the game has got soft because the education to the damages to headshots have become greater.
Yeah. But I mean, you still have guys like Wayne Gretzky who played back in the heyday of just murdering each other, and he got rocked, I think once.
Yeah, he also had a Semenko to protect him.
Well, maybe Lindros should have got a Semenko.
Or maybe he should.
He had Recchi. That's something, right?
He's just a pansy, I think.
Semenko?
No, Lindros.
Oh, okay. I think if he wasn't...
Eric Lindros has always been one of those guys that just rubbed me the wrong way from the day he got drafted.
Because he refused to play?
Well, he's like, I got drafted by Quebec, I don't want to play for you. Wah, trade to Philadelphia. Oh, okay, fine. And then he plays. He's only loving life when it was good, but then when times got rough...
He went and played for Toronto.
Yeah. And then I want to go play for Toronto and just took money. He didn't follow for the Cup. He didn't have the passion to win.
Oh, fair enough.
If he did, he would have showed that. And he was as talented as they come for a power forward.
Yeah, he was. As talented as Todd Bertuzzi. Less punchy, though.
A lot less punchy.
The Hlinka Gretzky Cup, Canada won.
Yeah.
They almost fucking lost.
Almost. They wanted to make things interesting.
Yeah, they had to score with 0.2 seconds left.
Yeah, it was a
in the
great
semifinals against the U.S. Holy shit, that was a nail biter. Then they ended up going on to crush Sweden 6-2.
That was a fantastic ending, though, of that U.S. game, though.
It shouldn't have gotten there, but yes, you're right, it was fantastic.
God, it was terrific to watch.
If they ended up losing, we wouldn't be saying the same thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're both Canadian. We both wanted Canada to win.
Of course.
But if they're winning 12-0 all the time, it's fucking boring.
No, I still enjoy it.
But, after all, they're like, okay, they'll just win whatever. I can miss a game, because they'll just win. It'll happen. But if they're having games against, U.S., where it's, super close, and you're like, Jesus Christ, keeps you on the edge of your seat, still win.
Well,
still did exactly what you wanted them to do, but they made it interesting.
Yeah, I guess they did win, but I would like it to be less stressful with points.
Now all of a sudden Americans think they have a shot, and they'll have a lot more fun, and we can make fun of them even more now.
Fuck them. Also, going back to the whole head injury thing, Brian Berard's suing the NHL over head injuries.
Yeah, you know what? When they sue for head injuries, I think there's a lot of stuff that went behind the scenes that you don't know about.
I agree to that.
And I think he was a victim of that, and I see that a lot in other sports. Also, I questioned back in the day when somebody got hurt and the trainer's like, oh, this will help you just to get back in there. I believe that actually happened.
Oh, probably.
And I don't think they treated it as well as they could have back when he played. So,
no.
I think Brian Berard is a smarter person with the way he's handling his case than a guy like Eric Lindros, who's just
spouting off about it.
Yeah. It's like, I think babies should be made without sex. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, you're right. We should cause head injuries to all the babies who are made without sex.
Yeah.
I agree with that. The last one I have for hockey is IIHF has informed the IOC of 4 options for hockey at the 2022 Olympics. I'm going to list the 4 off. I want you to give me what you think they should do.
Yeah.
1, they use NHL players. 2, they did the same as this year, and they just no NHL players, but from other leagues like KHL, etc., etc. 3, it's a 23-year-old and under only tournament. 4, no hockey at all.
Well, obviously, I think the last one isn't, because when you think about it, hockey is actually a big contributor to the financial aspect of the revenue of the Olympics.
Absolutely.
I think they should do everything they can to do NHL players, but I do like the under 23 as my second rule.
Would that be under 23 NHL or just under 23?
I think they just said under 23. They didn't say it couldn't be NHL.
That's true. Because, that Team North America for that World Cup was fucking exciting.
McDavid's still screwed in that way, though. I'm like, and that's the thing. Wouldn't you want to see McDavid and Crosby on the same team once?
Nope. Not unless it's Chicago.
Imagine in the Olympics you had a Taves, McDavid, Crosby line.
There is no goddamn way that would happen. I could see it.
Yeah, but if you let it in...
I lied. a power play of that, I could see. That would be fucking sweet.
That could be a line for Team Canada in the Olympics if NHL players played.
Yeah, that's true.
Or you can even do Stamkos.
You know, a Stamkos, McDavid, and Crosby line would be fucking disgusting.
Right.
Would.
I'm like, it's just, and then who do you have on D? Oh, okay, we'll just have
Pietrangelo.
And then we'll just have that Parenko guy,
or Shea Weber.
I put Parenko because nobody fucking gets by him.
That's true.
Shea Weber gets too hurt now.
Yeah, he's kind of dropped off of that. Ever since he went to Montreal.
Yeah. Came as soft as the Quebec people.
Yeah.
I was just there. I would know.
I was there. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the possibilities for players teaming up together on Team Canada would be fantastic. The question is, does McDavid get the C, or does Crosby get
I think McDavid does get the C.
Well,
I think you do that changing of the times.
changing the guards?
Yeah. It happens. I mean, eventually, like, Gretzky had to give it up at one point. Lemieux had to give it up at one point.
Yeah, but Gretzky gave it up to Lindros, and they came fourth.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Another reason why Eric Lindros, shut the fuck up.
And you know, that they could have won because Gretzky could have gone against, what the fuck is his name? Dominic Hasek. Gretzky had Hasek's number in penalty shots. Like 100% of the time he had his number.
The only thing is Gretzky is notably bad at penalty shots.
But one of the guys he beat consistently when the few times he had it was Hasek.
Well,
that was a stat.
Hey man, Rob Zammer was fantastic at that point.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we're done. Stuff.
But no, I think like even now, like with NHL players, I mean, when you think about it, like you can have. Think about how amazing the United States team could be too right now with Patrick Kane and Austin Matthews on the line.
That'd be terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And Jack Eichel could be the other side.
You could put or Dylan Larkin.
That
guy's fast as hell.
Not as fast as McDavid, but he's fast as hell.
So, but he's the only one in the league who's comparable to McDavid on speed. So he just can't stick handle.
Oh, he's like that. Was it Mendoza guy or from Might X2? He just like he skates fast but can't stop. That's
Larkin can stop.
Anyways, that's all. That's all I got.
But yeah, no, I go NHL players 1, under 23 2, amateur players 3, and then obviously no hockey. Like you're stupid if that was your.
That I agree with. Yeah, absolutely.
And we want to grow the game. Let's not have it in the Olympics. Okay.
Yeah. I agree to that. That's all I got, bud.
I think that's all I got.
Okay. Quick couple things. Backbreaker Media, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Podcast Player.
They got all
Twitch,
this covered now.
YouTube,
the infomercials.
all that shit. Yes. Go to whatamaneuver.net. Go to PowerSlam TV. Go to backbreakermedia.pivshare.com. It's all going to be underneath in these comments as well. I'm probably somewhere in...
To talk about the new podcast on Backbreaker Media.
You know what? I'll talk about it because I like her.
Yeah.
She's good stuff. KJ Cash has, what's it called? Double Down?
Double Down with KJ Cash, where she talks all things women wrestling, which I think is sexist, but, you know, good for her.
Damn it.
I mean,
sexism?
We talked about both, just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Invite me on. I'll talk bra and panties matches all day.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll talk any matches all day.
Give me the,
Hell, you know what? Invite me on. We'll have a bra and panties match. I'll even put you over.
I have a feeling you're going to have a lot better looking bra and panties than her.
Well, yeah, I put money and effort into it. I really do.
You'll get like that silky smooth, like lace music.
So silky smooth. But other than that, yeah. I'm on day 25, as of right now, the Tuesday, for the countdown to Meniac Marriage. Yeah. So when this comes out, I'll be on day 23, which I have...
The greatest basketball player ever to play in Los Angeles.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
The greatest player to ever play for the Toon Squad.
Oh, did you hear?
LeBron James. But yeah, I mean, it's
a Corey Cross episode?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
Oh, God, no.
It's a new cross. Yes, it is. Anyways, send them in. I've got a couple more that I'm going to unveil in the next few days. We don't have any days left. You want your team or your number on?
Are you going to do 2-2 for 22?
Fuck, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I didn't think of that. How did I not think of that? No, I had someone else in mind, but I'm going to do that as well now, for sure. See, there we go. Chris Perish contributed again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Just saying. All right, so I think that'll do it for episode 89 of The Sound Struggle. I'm Chris Perish.
I am Meniac.
And